Hi everybody and welcome to Behind the Vanity. I'm Jessica. So today's video is going to be a little bit something different, but before we get started, if you like this makeup look that I'm wearing, specifically the eye makeup, there is a video up on my Instagram that shows you how I got it, and it's using all the products from my makeup basket this week, and I will link that video below. It's just one of a couple or a few looks that I will be doing this week, so I just wanted to let you know that real quick. And if you're new, welcome. I hope that you'll take just a second and hit that subscribe button so that you can keep on coming back. And thank you to all my returning subscribers. Welcome back. And I've gotten some new subscribers this week, and I just wanted to give you guys a shout out and thank you so much for joining me. So in today's video, I am gonna show you how I get all of the product out of various containers that they come in. Tubes, jars, bottles, all that kind of thing. If you watch my empties, you know I'm notorious for cutting stuff open and all that kind of thing. And I just like to do that. For me, it's kind of a game to, once I think something is empty, to see how much longer I can get out of it. I know a lot of people don't like to bother with that, and I respect that totally. But with kind of today's climate and what's going on, with quarantine and all that kind of thing, a lot of us, we can get stuff. I mean, grocery stores are still open, drugstores are still open, you can still order online. But we might be a little bit more hesitant to have an order of something come to our house or go out as much. So, you might be able to get another week or something or more, or at least a couple days out of some of the products you have that you think are gone. And so where you normally wouldn't consider doing this and probably won't after this is done, I feel this is the right time to do this video, and there's got to be a reason I've held off for so long. So if you're not normally this person, I encourage you, especially during this time, and I know it can be a little bit of a pain, and it is, to open things up, and some things are like impossible, but I'm going to just show you different ways, and it's nothing genius. I'm just gonna inspire you and just kind of show you it's like okay to do it, and especially now. And I kid you not, I usually will get at least another couple uses, a couple days, a week, or more out of doing these practices. So if that sounds interesting to you, especially right now, keep watching. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of run down. I've got some tools here that I'm gonna show you. I've got a knife, I've got scissors, I've got pliers. That's how serious I'm gonna get. But the first one, and this is kind of an easy one, is of course your shampoo and conditioner and body wash. Anything that kind of comes in a bottle like this that you can use in your shower. So a lot of you probably do tip your shampoo and conditioner bottles and that kind of thing upside down, but there's one extra step that you might not take the time, and this literally could give you another couple showers worth with your body washes, shampoo, conditioner, is after you've tipped it upside down and have gotten everything out, if you can, open it up and put some water in it and shake it up, and I kid you not, you'll probably at least get another shower or two out of it. So, because you can usually do it once and then do it a second time. And so give it a try. Again, a couple days is a couple days. And right now, a couple days is a long time. So that's an easy one that we probably do a lot, really works. And you can do it, like I said, not just once, but probably another time than you think. Now this next one, I kind of have two examples as to what happens with this kind of a vessel. So lotion, you get the pump top lotions. So what I was able to do with this to get all of the product out is, once I couldn't pump it no more, I tipped it upside down. And so it got all the product out, and I would just go in and, take it from the stick and then kind of get my finger in and get all the product out. Well, kind of once I did that, with this particular lotion, and every time you do this, you just have to look at the lotion once it gets to that point. This lotion, by looking inside, I can tell it's a thin enough lotion to where it all came down. So there is no need to cut this open. It is all out. So a lotion like this, there are some lotions that are a little bit thicker, and so even if you tip them upside down, they're gonna coat the inside of the bottle more. And so something like this, you might find that you do in fact have to cut open. And so I will show you how to do that. Okay, so you take your jar like this, and first what I do is I keep my hands out of the way, and I just slowly kind of puncture a hole. So there is now a hole in there. So once there's a hole in there, again, keep your fingers out of the way. And this isn't really an extremely sharp knife, so it does really pretty good. So once I kind of get an opening, I then go ahead and just take some scissors because it just feels a little safer. And then from there, you can kind of go around and just cut it from there because it just feels a little safer than the knife at some point. And just kind of work with it, just get a good stable hand on it and go kind of slow. Going slow is your best friend. Try not to get don't get this little straw-like thing that's in there. And just go ahead and cut that open. The goal is to use, for me personally, the goal is to use this side up first and transfer as much as I can into here because this is a little bit more manageable. And then I literally use this, like my husband can't stand this. Usually this is his lotion actually. I usually inherit his lotion once it gets to this point, except maybe now during quarantine. But, and then so my goal is to kind of get it into here and keep it in a plastic bag. And I literally, for my hands, because we pretty much kind of use this for our hands, I will get like another long time out of this. At least a week, usually I think maybe 2 weeks. 3 weeks or something like that. So yes, this will go in a baggie and it is all coated in there. So, but see where the pump usually would be, there is no lotion for it to pump. But you'd be throwing away a lot of product if you did that. And turning this particular one upside down doesn't get all of the product, I find. Same thing with this. This is starting to get a little difficult to use. And of course this is stored kind of upside down. So I know when this gets low that this also has to be cut open. So this one's easy. This is just a very easy scissor cut. And again, there's a very light coating in the top part. That might be 1 use or a half a use or something. I think total in here, I probably have another day in here, honestly. Or two, it's hard to say. So yes, just take the time, but that's a very easy one to do. This here was an eye cream that was in my empties, and a lot of people complained about this eye cream because at some point you can't pump it no more. And of course it was all, when I stopped being able to pump it, there was still a lot of product in there. Now, sometimes these things can be hard to get open. Something like this sometimes won't open, you know? But if you can, you know, you might as well try. At some point, it doesn't matter if you break it because, you know, if you can't get the product out, you're gonna throw it away anyway, so you might as well try. So I found with this particular container, and if you have something similar to this, I was able just to force the top off. And so of course I was taking it off here for a long time, and I think I had it turned upside down for a while, but it's an eye cream, so it was pretty thick, so I don't think that actually worked. So I was able to use the stick for a really long time, but a little makeup spatula will do wonders because I was able just to go in and get all of the product out, much like you would like cake batter or something like that. In a pinch, you can use like an eyeshadow brush like this. I took like the cloth end off of this one, and you know, you can use it. There's a tiny little bit of product in here that I can show you, and you can kind of scrape some of it out, you know, with like an eyeshadow sponge. But I would really, or even, you know, you could scrape it out like with a brush like this that has kind of like dense bristles to get it out. But I would really suggest investing in one of this. I think this was like $5, and you can't use it for everything. If I was to redesign this, I would make it like this thing comes off, and if I were to redesign this tool, I would make it so that this does not come off, because I've actually literally gotten it stuck in things before. So that would be my only change to this invention, but other than that, it's pretty brilliant. But yeah, so these are good to invest in for purposes, and it will pay for itself over time because of the money that you are able to get out of your jars and bottles with it. So eventually it's free. Of course, this is like a tube cleanser, and just like the conditioner, that is another thing that I just used water. And sometimes what you can do is if it's a container, like if you can't take the top off to put some water in it, what you do is, like if I'm in the shower or in the sink, I you know, of course, kind of squeeze it and then kind of suck the water into it, like a what do they call those little bulb things that you squeeze and then you suck the water in. It acts like a vacuum, and then do that and then shake it up, and you really do get like another couple uses. So now for products that have a wand, you know, like your Stila expensive eyeshadows that comes with a brush like this, or a lip gloss like that. These aren't empty, I'm just using those as examples, or eyelash glue. But to avoid having too much product on the brushes and the applicators, they put a little rubber, kind of a stopper to help kind of take some of the product off the brush. And so there comes a point where, you know, you can even swirl it around and get a little bit more product, and I will tip some of it, like an eyelash glue, I will tip upside down and put it on the table to get all the product out. But there is actually still product in here, and it kills me. There's probably like 2 weeks left. Any kind of a container like this, and sometimes it takes a little bit of work, you get a pair of pliers, little pair of needle nose pliers. And I will go in and I will take this rubber stopper out. And like I said, it takes a little time. Sometimes, again, you have to be very careful. You have to have no fear. So, and see, and then you just pull. Eventually, it might break off a little bit, but eventually this thing will pull out. It's already about halfway there. And there you go. So that is out now. So now you're just kind of left with a jar. And so now at this point you can turn it upside down, but look at how much product is in there. And you know, you can literally, so then you can take this wand. I know it's messy, but I'm just talking about right now in these times, you know, who wants to go out to the drugstore right now to get eyelash glue? I mean, not that we're wearing eyelashes, except maybe us beauty YouTubers, but also too, this works great for like these rapid lash, rapid eyebrow products. Like I said, anything that has this kind of a container. Like right now, I still have some left, but I'm gonna show you too. This is kind of getting down to where I can't get it. This one's an easier one to get out. And there is still a bunch of product in here. So I usually will do that and swirl it around, and to make sure I get all of the product. Yeah, there's definitely more product in there. So now one thing about taking this little thing out is it will make it to where there is more product on the brush. So the lip, you know, the lip gloss, or if it's like an eyeliner, I've had some glitter eyeliners that I've done that with. Or your like Stila glitter and glows and shimmer and glows. It will make it where it doesn't clean the brush off, and the product will be a little bit gloopy and have a little extra product on it. But you know, you can just kind of go gingerly with it, and so like I said, it's not perfect, but there is still product in there, even though it seems like there is not. And you find that out once you take that little rubber stopper out. And then the last kind of a container that I have is this Estee Lauder. It's a dropper. So usually what I do, once the dropper doesn't reach no more, there's a period of time where I can tip it over to the side and suck the product in. And then once that is over, I then start to store it upside down, of course, and a lot of the product will get into the lid. And then of course with this, I can use my rubber spatula to get the product out. So anyways, I don't know. I mean, I know I'm always very aware of getting all the product out. And so these might just be some tricks that you've never thought of before. So I hope you found this, you know, informative, but really maybe more motivating. Because like I said, none of what I'm doing is genius. It's just to kind of inspire you, especially during this time. You know, get the last couple days or week out of that product and try to stay home as much as possible, of course. But also too, you know, it'll stretch everything if you wanted to continue this practice as I do. You know, it's good. And like I said, you just might be a little afraid to do it, or I don't know, maybe you haven't thought of it or whatever, you know what I mean? I just thought this would be helpful to show you, especially now. So if there is a type of container that I have left out, let me know in the comment section, and because I might have either just forgot it and have something that I can use, or I will at some point purchase a product. I can do a follow-up video to this. So anyways, let me know in the comment section if there's any types of containers you have trouble getting into and getting all the product out of. So thank you so much for watching this kind of different video, and I hope you find it helpful. Since this goes kind of hand in hand with Empties, I will link my Empties playlist below so you can check that out. And make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell so you're notified on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays when I post my videos. Give this video a big thumbs up by hitting that like button if you liked it, and share it with anybody you think might find these tips helpful. And thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.